Let's go watch the dumbest things in history. All right, you, me, and watching an 8-minute dumb conversation. Let's see if we can get this. Okay, let's go. If I do this, and I go like this, yeah, this is gonna work fine, right? 'Cause then if I do, whoa, that was weird, actually. So what happens if I, whoa, where'd I go? Okay. Interesting that I was doing that. Well, regardless. Let's do it, baby. We're reacting. That's right. We're reacting to the latest stupid things that have happened in the world. How stupid are they? There's always room for more stupid. There's always room for more stupid. So let's get into, well, what's today's dumb? Oh, yeah, we're taking the freedom of speech away. Today, we're taking away the freedom of speech.
Lastly, sir, this is an executive order on flag burning. It charges your attorney general.
Would you listen to this? This is very important.
Oh, it's
Flag
very
burning.
important.
All over the country, they're burning flags.
Oh, you guys, you know what? I can't walk to Walmart without a goddamn flag being burned. I'm driving over the damn things. Flag here, flag there. Everywhere I go, just flags on fire. It's an epidemic, I tell you. An epidemic. I have never seen a single flag on fire. Just a fact. Not once in my life have I ever seen a single flag on fire that wasn't on video. Didn't realize there's such a problem. That's my bad.
All over the world, they burn the American flag. And as you know...
God, we're 15 seconds into this, and it's already so stupid. All over the world, those damn Swedes, in their favorite pastime of burning American flags. I'm dying. I actually haven't seen the whole thing. I've only seen clips from it. I saved it for you guys. Normally, I would do this in my off time just to pucker my asshole. But I'm doing it for funsies for you guys, you know?
Through a very sad court, I guess it was a 5-4 decision. They called it freedom of speech, but there's another reason which is perhaps much more important. It's called death. Because what happens when you burn a flag is the...
I wish that our descent into fascism wasn't so funny. Because unfortunately, it is very funny as we find our rights being taken away and trampled on, much like apparently all of the flags. But unfortunately, it is comedy gold. It is the worst timeline. And people are being kidnapped off of the streets, but I can't not laugh. It's so hard to not laugh at how stupid it is. Sorry. Terribly sorry, Mr. President. You were talking about death?
The area goes crazy. If you have hundreds of people, they go crazy. You can do other things. You can burn this piece of paper. But when you burn the American flag, it incites riots at levels that we've never seen before. People go crazy. In a way, both ways. There are some that are going crazy for doing it. There are others that are angry about them doing it. Do you want to just...
So, are we trying to insinuate that the flag burners are bisexual? The flag burners are we trying to say that if you're a flag burner, you probably go both ways? I'm just saying, it's what I hear. The best people are telling me this. The best people are telling me this. It incites violence. Both ways of violence. You understand it far better than that has to be. I mean, that's probably what they were trying to say, right? I mean, that makes as much sense as anything else that we've said in the first minute. So
discuss that?
Sure. So what the executive order does, sir, it charges your Department of Justice with investigating instances of flag burning, and then where there's evidence of criminal activity, where prosecution wouldn't fall afoul of the First Amendment, and instructs the Department of Justice to prosecute those who are engaged in these instances.
You know what the funny part about this is if we rewind.
Flag, it incites riots. Have hundreds of people, they go crazy. You can do other things. You can burn this piece of paper.
The extra funny part.
But when you burn the American flag,
that sweet
it
5-4.
incites riots at levels that we've never seen before. People go crazy. In a way, both ways.
In a way, both ways.
There's some that are going crazy for doing it. There are others that are angry about them doing it. Do you want to discuss that?
So it's further back.
All over the world.
Where's
they burn the
where's
American
my
flag.
5-4?
And as you know, through a very sad court,
Yep.
I guess it was a
Sad court.
5-4 decision.
I guess it was a
They called it
5-4.
freedom of speech, but
So, because he has to say everything that's going through his head at any given time, because he has no filter and he only can like keep, I don't know, give or take 3 different facts in his head at any given time, but the most recent fact that's been told to him, clearly somebody told him that what they're doing is quite literally against the law. Like, they're like, by the way, just so you know, in a 5-4 decision, they decided it was free speech. So what you're doing is not only against the law, it's definitionally unconstitutional because it's against the First Amendment and has already been decided. It's just extra funny that before they go to talk about the thing that's unconstitutional, he lets everybody know, by the way, this is illegal and unconstitutional, and I'm just going to do it anyway because we're just going full authoritarian. You know what I'm saying? Don't care, dictator, full speed ahead. Like, let's go for
Your
it.
Department of Justice with investigating instances of flag burning,
It's
and
just
then
extra
where
fun.
there's evidence of criminal activity where prosecution wouldn't fall afoul of the First Amendment, and instructs the Department of Justice to prosecute those who are engaged in these instances of flag burning.
and what the penalty is going to be, if you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail, no early exits, no nothing. You get 1 year in jail. If you burn a flag, you get, and what it does is incite to riot. I hope they used that language, by the way. Did they?
Incitement is
Incite to riot.
You 1 year in
And
jail.
You burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. You don't get 10 years, you don't get 1 month. You get 1 year in jail, and it goes on your record.
So, to be clear, just so we are we're on pace with where we're at with laws in the world. Diddy got what, 2 years for like the conglomeration of the most heinous crimes. And you get half of that for burning a flag. Just to be clear where we're at, you get half a Diddy for burning a flag is what we've decided is the proper course of action. Just so we're all on the same page. Well, yeah, at least you don't get 10 years, but it goes on your permanent high school record. Yeah. This is actually, they're going to tell your parents about it. They're also going to let them know that you got a C in history. You know? So.
And you will see flag burning stopping immediately, just like when I signed the Statute and Monument Act. 10 years in jail if you hurt any of our beautiful monuments. Everybody left town. They were gone. Never had a problem after that. It's pretty amazing. We stopped.
Sorry. Is the insinuation that before they signed the piece of legislation that said it was illegal to steal statues, that like people were stealing like the Washington Monument? Like somebody was just walking around, like put it in their pocket. Like, you just happy to see me? You got the Washington Monument in your pocket.
But this is something that's, I don't know, in a certain way, it's equally as important. Some people would say it's more important. Because the people in
Nicolas
this
Cage can
country
do it.
don't want to see our American flag burned and spit on.
Oh!
And
Wait.
people that are, in many cases,
Wait. Burned and spit on. But now the question is the spitting also illegal? Or can we spit it as long as we don't burn it? So are wet flags okay? Because the opposite of wet flags is not okay. But can we have a really, really wet flag? Or is that also going to be illegal?
paid agitators. They're paid by the radical left to do it.
Radical.
Talk to these people, they don't even know, half of them don't even know what they're doing. They say, I don't know, they gave me money to
I just
do
showed up
this."
for the potluck.
I see the same things that you do. They're bad people. They're trying to destroy our nation. That's not working because I think our nation now is the most respected nation anywhere in the world. By
Anywhere in
far.
the world, by far.
But thank you very much. Andy No has been repeatedly beaten by Antifa, and including
So this was
one
yesterday.
assault that left him with a brain hemorrhage. Only days ago, Nick Sortor was assaulted in Portland by a flag burning mob, and we've made it 1 year penalty for inciting riots. We took the freedom of speech away because that's been through the courts. And
listen, I'm not familiar with this current situation or that current person in their brain hemorrhage. I'm not. Maybe they're real. Maybe they're not. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. But what I can tell you is there probably wasn't a flag burning mob that were going around finding other very professional flag burners. You guys got a flag to burn? Hell yeah, brother. Join the mob. We're all burning flags. That probably didn't happen. So right off the bat, you're starting off on some rough footing on your flag burning mob.
the court said you have freedom of speech, but what has happened is when they burn a flag, it agitates and irritates crowds. I've never seen anything like it on both sides, and
Both sides,
you end
of
up with
course.
riots. So we're going on that basis. We're looking at it not from the freedom of speech, which I always felt strongly about, but never passed the courts. This is what they do: is they incite. When you burn an American flag, you incite tremendous violence. We have
Freedom of
many
speech.
examples of it. Many examples of it, and it's actually down on tape, and you see things happen that just don't happen unless it's the flag that's burning.
What's that? You see things that happen that just don't happen?
Tremendous violence. We have many examples of it, many examples of it, and it's actually down on tape, and you see things happen that just don't happen.
You see things happen that just don't happen, which would mean that they do happen, right? I mean, if you're seeing it and it's happening, that doesn't happen, then it's happened, right? just to be clear, then it seems like it happened.
Unless it's the flag that's burning. Very recently, Katie Davis Court was hit in the face with a flagpole
need a
in Portland
Tylenol.
by an Antifa radical, leaving her with a very
An
blackened
Antifa?
eye. So, Katie, thank you very much. And I'd
blackened
like
eye.
to also say that I watched Nick. Where's Nick?
Go to a restaurant, get some blackened fish, trip on the way home, get a blackened eye. You just never know what's going to happen these days.
Is Nick here? Nick? Hi, Nick. That was a rough time you went through. I hope you got my little note. I wrote you a note.
Yeah, I really appreciated that. It helped a lot because it was a difficult situation. It was very stressful, and your note helped a lot. I truly appreciate it.
I thought it was terrible, actually. I thought it was terrible. So we'll talk.
Your note helped a lot, Mr. President. And if I could just stick my nose a little bit farther up your asshole, I would, because I want to breathe it all in. Thank God for your sticky note.
Talk about it a little bit at the end. Okay, Pam, please.
Thank you, President Trump. And as you made clear, Antifa is a domestic left-wing terrorist organization.
Just to be clear to everybody watching, there's two things that you should know about Antifa. One, it stands for anti-fascist. And fascist is bad. Fascist is a bad thing. So being anti a bad thing is a good thing. All right? Just to start off with step one. Second of all, it also doesn't exist. There is no such thing as Antifa. It is made up. It is a concept. It is like there is no organization. It does not exist. There's no membership. There's no dues. There's no building you could go to for the IRS. They don't exist. It's just an idea. The idea being that fascism is bad. We had that idea for a long time, and we fought a war over it. We called it World War II. And the whole concept was that fascism is bad. It's still bad, but more of us used to think it.
We've seen them on video for years because they wanted to be seen and they got away with it. They beat journalists,
away with it.
they attack courthouses, they attack police stations, they dox and assault our law enforcement officers. The Biden administration let them commit these crimes with total impunity for years.
You know what? I figured it out. They're getting Antifa they're getting Antifa and they're getting January 6th confused. That's what it is. They got it backwards. That's what we figured it out. All those things definitely did happen. They all definitely did happen. But if you recall, it was the fascists that were doing it, not the anti-fascists.
So did Democrat leaders
Classic.
like Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson. Last week, independent journalist
throwing
Nick
Pritzker
Sorter
under
was
the bus now?
arrested just for protecting himself against Antifa. I saw it online and I called Nick. I couldn't believe what happened.
Couldn't believe it.
He did all this just trying to save our American flag from being burned. He was pushed down and assaulted, yet the local police arrested Nick, not the Antifa thugs who did this to him.
Wait. Did I just hear that the current administration is anti-police force? Wait.
Yet the local police arrested Nick, not the Antifa thugs.
Write that down. The current administration hates police. They just said it out loud.
Who did this to him. Antifa feels empowered to operate in the
Mark
open
it down.
because weak Democrats have turned a blind eye to their actions. Their hatred
Mark
for
it down.
President Trump and for law and order agendas fuels their violence. We've seen more than 1,000% increase in attacks against our ICE agents since January 20th. Secretary Noem is out there fighting for you firsthand to keep our federal officers safe, to keep our federal buildings.
Okay. One USA passion notes, bro, for y'all. Okay, first of all, $1 million. Okay? First of all, I don't believe you. just to be clear. 1,000%. Second of all, haven't we hired like 500% more ICE agents recently? So like by that measure, even by that measure, you would be like, well, the numbers are actually, you keep hiring more people. Eventually, you're going to have all that stuff happening at a higher rate. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you increase raids on buildings by 1,000%, you're probably going to have 1,000% increase in people being like, please do not take my child out of this home while they are naked and then handcuff them in the street. Fun fact, which happened recently. That's a fun one. They took a bunch of children and elderly folks that were not even dressed from an apartment building, a lot of which were U.S. citizens, and then held them for multiple hours. It's a fun time that we're living in, and it's definitely not reminiscent of any other decade with any other administrations that had any other people living them with very silly mustaches. Absolutely no similarities.
Safe, and we're not going to have it anymore, these thugs. We saw what's happening in Portland and Chicago, and you saw what happened in Dallas. No longer. This is not activism, it's anarchy.
I missed something. What happened in Dallas?
Keep our federal buildings safe, and we're not going to have it anymore, these thugs. We saw what's happening in Portland and Chicago, and you saw what happened in Dallas.
When did Dallas get on the list? I know Portland and Chicago have been on the shit list for a while, but Dallas? We got cities in Texas on the shit list now? Because if Texas ain't gonna be MAGA enough, brother, there's no hope. There's no hope. Like, I understand that it's Dallas, but it's not even Austin. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if it was Austin, but Dallas?
No longer. This is not activism, it's anarchy. We can't and we will not let masked terrorists burn our buildings, attack our law enforcement, and intimidate our communities.
There's actually no way she just said those exact words. Wait.
We can't and we will not let masked terrorists burn our buildings, attack our law enforcement, and intimidate our communities.
Okay. You know what? I agree with her. We should. You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to be brave. I agree with Pam Bondi. We should not let masked individuals go into our communities bearing assault rifles, terrorizing our community. And that is why I am glad that Pam Bondi is on the side of reining in ICE. I'm glad. You know, I'm glad that she is on. I'm glad that she has joined the liberals in wanting to rein in ICE. Bring them in. You got to bring them in. Pam's on our side, folks. As they would say, one of the good ones, you know? Very progressive of her.
Under your leadership, President Trump, we're deploying the full might of the federal law enforcement to crack down on Antifa and other domestic terrorist organizations led by Stephen Miller. And Stephen, thank you for everything you're doing.
It's concerning to me that you're seeing the Portland Police Department, as well as the governor of Oregon and the mayor, of course, coming out and running defense for pedophiles that have entered the country illegally 5 times. It's crazy.
Whoa! Whoa! You cannot talk about the president like that, buddy. He is in the room with you. Whoa! You've got to slow down. He is right there. All right? Whoa! He better watch his back, brother. He's got to be careful.
I'm glad it's taking a front row seat in the media, and they're being forced to talk about it in reality because we're the ones that were on the ground. We're the ones that are actually reporting what's going on, and much of the legacy media has been either ignoring it or covering for Antifa for years now. So thank you guys so much for taking this seriously. And President Trump, you mentioned that flag. So
thank you so much for taking this issue that I've made up entirely in my head about a group of people that live entirely in my head, rent-free. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for bringing my delusions to life.
Remember, you put out a truth right after I
saw that.
took this flag from that man that was burning it in the street.
Do you know who he is?
Oh, yeah, I know.
What? I'll bet my bottom dollar against your bottom dollar that this guy burned a flag to use as a prop. This is so good. This is where we live in a simulation, dude.
Exactly who it is.
So why don't you give it to Pam? Give it to the Attorney General, and let's start prosecutions.
Yeah.
Let's
I
start the
actually have
prosecution.
a second flag that he tried to burn as well. So
Oh, we got
Because
two
that's
burn
what
flags.
happened when that flag started burning, everyone went
Well, just in
crazy.
case he messed
And
up
that's
the
when it
first one
started,
and it
when they
burnt all the
started
way.
burning the flag. So thank you. If you could give the information, it would be great.
Absolutely.
And at least that horrible night made you famous. You got
He was
something.
already
I got a text from the President of the United States, so I appreciate that.
And President Trump, after that happened to Nick, I called Harmeet Dillon and we opened a pattern and practice investigation into the Portland police very publicly as to how they let this happen.
The beatings will continue until morale improves. Start the prosecutions. Everybody, start the prosecutions. We're like this far away from start the prosecutions. No trial. Start the executions. Get them going. They're gonna bring back the old Axeman. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna give you one of these with a bardiche. He's gonna give you one. We're literally so far past the Parks and Rec, like overcook, undercook fish. Either way, straight to jail. Like we're so far past that point. It is crazy, dude. Crazy. Oh my goodness. This is the timeline that we are living in. You know? This is the timeline. And the thing is that we can watch. It's not one of those things where it's like the old days where it's like, well, it's hard to get information. It's like, you could just Google. You just go right to YouTube and just watch videos. You know what I'm saying? It's just not difficult to just Google and just listen to the words that people say. You're tired, boss? Bro, I'm tired too, man. I think I'm probably going to start doing a little section at the end of the stream, you know, calling it Twitchy Takes. I think we're probably going to do a little section at the end of every stream. Maybe it'll be 10 minutes. Maybe it'll be an hour, you know, just whatever it is at the end of the day. We can watch something, talk about something, call it World on Fire. Yeah. We can play a little I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame on your flag. I want to burn your flag. Apparently. Live from the Twitchy newsroom. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, the problem right now is so many things. But there's like 50% super stupid. But then there's like 50% super evil. And those don't necessarily have two separate points. Like there's a crossover, right? Like some of it is just stupid and some of it is just evil, but some of it is stupid and evil. But it all is wasting time and money in our future and what limited time that we have to fight against certain things. Whether it be climate change or like, I don't know, distracting people from, you know, helping kids get food. You know, making sure that there's preschool education, making sure that there's affordable housing, making sure that there's more access to healthcare, making sure that there's insert, making sure that your potholes are fixed on your road, making sure that we've got healthier food, cheaper food in the grocery store instead of just subsidizing corn and corn and corn and corn and corn. Instead of course, releasing the Epstein files. You know. You know, you would think so many things. And you would be wrong so often about the United States. It is truly the winkiest, wonkiest donkey that we have been in a hot minute. Because we're no longer arguing over taxes, right? I mean, we are, but like, we're not arguing like, I don't know, man, maybe there should be 2% higher in the taxes. I think it should be 20% higher. Well, I think that's not what we're arguing over anymore, right? We're arguing over Trump said this. No, he didn't. Okay, here's him saying it. Doesn't matter. I believe it. But you just said he didn't say it. Well, if he said it, it must be true. Okay? Here's the evidence that it isn't true. Well, how can I trust that evidence? But you trust him? Of course I trust him. Well, how can you trust him? Well, because he tells me like it is. Okay, but the evidence is literally how it is. Well, I don't believe that. Things that make you want to hold your breath until you turn purple. You know what I'm saying? Until you turn absolutely purple, folks. But that is currently where we're at. That is currently where we're living. And you know what? These talks at the end of the day, this is kind of what I was thinking with these. And the point isn't to like become the biggest React streamer or whatever. Although, to be fair, I am very passionate, you know, about the topics, about the subjects, about talking to people about it. I've gotten into many an argument with my family over the years about said things, you know. But I do think that there is perhaps room in the online environment, and it doesn't have to be me, but I do think it has to be somebody. And I think that there's room right now for somebody who's angry, right? Like, there's this thing that liberals do, which is they always like try to go to center or try to remain like extremely calm, where the right has kind of dominated the like being angry, grievance politics, being upset. And it's like, for the last like 12 years, they've basically been on like a 9 out of 10 win streak. And they're still just so angry at the world. And it's like, you have the White House, you have the Supreme Court, you've got the Senate, you've got the House. You won. You won everything. You won. So I do think that there's room for somebody on the left to be angry and to be upset, to like give out information that progressives and liberals feel that isn't just like, well, this is going to be unpopular with the 70-year-olds. I am not getting elected to anything. I'm just a guy on a screen in your office, you know, that you can turn off at any time. And I think that there's room for just an angry dude who's yelling at his screen, who wants you to have health care, who wants you to be able to afford a house one day, who wants you to be able to build generational wealth, who wants you to be able to have a better job, to have a higher income, who wants you to be able to have freedom of speech, who wants you to be able to marry the person that you love, who wants you to be the person that you are, regardless of who that is, as long as you ain't hurting nobody. And that includes your dog. Right? Let people be themselves. They're not bothering you. People are weird. I'm a weird dude. Other people are very strange. But you know what? Being strange ain't hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? So be weird. Be strange. Be angry. You know why? Because it's a good time to be angry. There's a lot of stuff to be angry about. There's a lot of stuff to be angry about. But get passionate about the subject. Get involved. Vote. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Get them involved. Fight back when your crazy uncle says something at Thanksgiving that's absolutely Looney Tunes. It's going to involve Gates for some reason. Either Bill Gates or insert any other gate. Or any other gate. But at the end of the day, for all of the men out there, you can be a tough guy. You can be jacked. You can be strong. You can want to protect your family. And you can still want the best for your neighbor. Across the street, to your side, across the state, across the U.S., you can want all of those things for people. It doesn't make you any weaker. It doesn't hurt your position in life to watch others have opportunities. We got to start helping each other out, man. We got to start helping each other out. And with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll be on bright and early tomorrow morning for some more Twitch in action. And as always, folks, have a Twitch in day.